Everyone again to our wonderful Thursday mornings that I just look forward to every single day. And we have a new gold, Chris Ann. I want to welcome her. She just turned gold a couple days ago. So this is her first jewel from our jewels. There might be more on here too, and I welcome all of you that promoted to gold. This is every Thursday morning, and we have a different jewel. And the cool thing is I'll add you to a group page, and they're all in there recorded. All the ones we've had in the past. So anytime you have a free time, you can go and listen to all these wonderful jewels. And I highly recommend all of you too, when you have a free time, to go back and listen to Sonia Dudley and listen to Tim Thomas and go back and just get fueled from these. They're all like a resource for you. Excuse me. So anyway, I want to introduce our guest today. She is a sweetie pie, and we met in the pool in Hawaii this last summer. And she was playing with her baby, and I was visiting, and I saw my husband across the pool talking to this guy, and my husband likes to talk to people, so I'm like, oh, good. And I love seeing that. That makes me happy when I see that. And so when I got over there, I got in the pool, and we started talking, and we were in there probably the rest of the day because it got dark. Mm-hmm. And our husbands were still talking, so it was awesome, and I just love her. And then the rest of the week, I couldn't find her. I would look everywhere for her. I would see her husband pushing the stroller, and I was like, where is she? Well, I'll let her tell that story a little bit in a minute, but she's an awesome person, a great leader, inspirational speaker, motivational speaker, and I don't want to waste any more time, and I want to introduce, it's Katie, right? You go by Katie. Katie McGill. Yep. It says Catherine, so everybody's Catherine. Katie McGill. Yeah. So here you go.
Yes. Hi, guys. Thanks so much. I actually love sharing my story. So now that I'm getting asked to share it, I'm like, yeah, because when you're sharing it with your same little group of your team, they hear it a lot. And then you bring one new person on, you get to share it. But it's nice to go to other teams and actually share, because we may have different things in common, right? Or a lot of things in common. So it's good to get, sidelines and hear from other people. But so I started Plexus, it was, I think 2 years ago now, April. Well, coming up, April will be 2 years. So my history is I'm Chicago Fire Department firefighter and paramedic, and I also personal trained on the side. So I've been a trainer for like 15 years. I've done about 11 bodybuilding shows. So I was a competitive bodybuilder. So I was pretty versed in all of the supplements. I've pretty much heard of all the lines before and tried it. And, I knew the good ones and the ones that worked and the ones that didn't make me feel good, or the fishy burps, right? So I was on Facebook and scrolling along, and something's really got to catch my eye as a trainer. A testimony, let's be real. You got to put the work in to lose the weight. You got to put the work in to be happy, right? It's not just taking a pill and waking up and taking these vitamins and that's it. We have to do the work. It's just a tool. So for a testimony to catch my eye, it first of all, it has to be somebody I know, and then it really has got to catch my eye. So as I was scrolling along, and in the fire department and police department, we're not secretive, but we just kind of watch what we say, and we are servants of the to the public, and so a lot of us only have these little networks in Facebook. So I had like a couple hundred friends, and those were my friends, and they're my firehouse and family friends. So I didn't have that many, but one of my high school friends, he used to hang around with my brother, and me and my brother are Irish twins, so I knew him really well. And his wife posted a before and after when we could before. And she had tagged him. And I still talk about it to this day, why tagging is so effective on Facebook. So she tagged him, which allowed me to see her post, right? Because I was friends with him. I was not friends with her. And why did that catch my eye, right? It caught my eye because I knew him. It caught my eye because he's loyal, trusting, and he's always been a loyal and trusting guy. I know that he would never put something on the internet with his wife, right, that was not legit or that he was really proud about, right? So, and he was kind of a shy guy, you know, but he was a very loyal guy. So that made me say, you know what, I want to try this. So prior to that, just a couple weeks before, we bought that day from Cindy. My son was diagnosed with autism. We knew it was coming. It was a long evaluation. We knew it was coming, but I don't know. It just kind of like hit me bad. I don't know. I wasn't feeling well. And it's funny because I have a naturopath girlfriend, and she goes to Nicaragua every year for a medical mission trip for 10 days. And I always had in the back of my head, just like we do on the fire department, when you're going through stuff, always give. Because it's absolutely impossible to feel bad and sad when you're giving to somebody else.
So true.
It's impossible. Try it. I urge you to try it. So I booked a trip. I had like $5,000 worth of donations, and I was going to Nicaragua in a couple weeks to get away. So, and kind of reset my momhood and being a wife, and set me back in my place, I guess. So we signed up for Plexus, right? The second day, I was one of those that the second day, now I took 16 vitamins every single day. Legit, wow. Since I was 18. We love supplements. I've always taken them. It's just part of my daily thing. It's not hard for me to do. It's very easy. I probably would forget to take a medication over a vitamin. So it's just part of our program, something that is very important to me and that absolutely works for me. So I was not feeling good. We signed up with Plexus. I, of course, signed wholesale with my husband. I had no intentions of selling. I didn't have time. Oh my gosh, no way, right? So second day, feeling great, awesome. I, however, had a private page for my personal training clients, right? So I had a couple hundred people from over the years that I kept in contact with, but I had them in a group. So I can just kind of motivate them every day or post here and there recipes and just keep in contact with them. And I had put on there that, you know, this Plexus company is really huge down south. It's really new up here, and we're giving it a shot. I've never heard of it. I don't know how I've never heard of it. Okay, so a couple weeks go by, I go to Nicaragua, where there's no internet except for this little teeny patio, or the porch on the doctor's land. We were on a volcano. We took a ferry to a volcano, this little village. So, you know, at night we can pop on and FaceTime the kids really quick. And I was getting notifications that these customers were popping through. So bing, bing. So I came home to like 30 customers, and my first check was $4,000.
What?
So I was like, well, okay. I have to learn the comp plan because I don't know where this money came from. I don't even know what I did. So I got to work, and I asked my upline a ton of, every day I was sending her a message. What does this mean? What's back office? What's a backup order? Right? So I kind of dove in. What I was told right away is to study the comp plan every day. Mm-hmm. So I urge you to study the comp plan every day. The better you understand the comp plan, I think the better we can work towards goals and making that money, right? So yeah, I came home to all these preferred customers. I learned what a preferred customer bonus was. What an amazing program that is, right? So I came home and life was way better. I don't know. And then a month later, let's say, so I quickly ranked to silver. I didn't really know about the Fast Start program because if I did, it probably would have happened. Mm-hmm. So I really push that now on anybody that I really think could do it, because that's a really nice goal to hit. That's awesome. So I got work in the business, and people were just jumping on. It was very, very easy for me to move these preferred customers to wholesale. I didn't have a lot of people bailing out. It was just, they all kind of took my word and trusted me and really liked the products. Then I got pregnant. So I basically went senior Ruby pregnant. So the first month of Plexus, I was not pregnant, but then the rest I was. So I built, basically that's not a weight loss company, but, you know, women like to lose weight. Just goes to show you that I pushed wellness the whole time. This is a wellness company. And I pushed feeling good. I was not feeling good. I feel good. I am happy. And that's all I wanted to be, was happy and feel good for my kids. Right now we have 3 therapists in the house, one right next door to this room, one downstairs. My father lives with me to help. So month 8, I was Ruby, and we were sleeping, and it was my 8th month of pregnancy, and I was just real irritable. So I went and took a bath at like 2 in the morning. I came back, turned off the light, and then I felt my husband like shaking and grunting. So turned the light on. Now we're both medics, okay? Turned the light on. He was in a full-blown grand mal seizure. I still think it's like a nightmare of a bad dream, right? He is very healthy. We work out all the time. He takes care of himself. Never had any medical history, anything. So I quickly run over to him, you know, and start attending to him. And I wasn't going to call 911 because I kind of know what to do with a seizure. However, he went into another one. So he was in status, is what it's called. So he had 3 in a row. So called the ambulance, went to the hospital, and with the MRI it was kind of sketchy because sometimes if you have a seizure, it will show like swelling. So they can't say if it's from something or if it's from the seizure itself, right? So they kind of played this is at Northwestern Hospital, one of the best hospitals in the nation in Chicago. They said, okay, we'll just follow up at the clinic, you know. They kept him overnight, and then they said, okay, well, here's all your paperwork and just follow up in a couple months. And I'm like, no, you're not shoving this girl. You're not shoving this girl off. You don't just have three seizures in a row. He's got to bleed or something, something more to me, right? So yeah, a couple of weeks later, we did go in for the MRI, and he did have a tumor. We are go-getters, so we go big on everything. So, I'm sorry. My story is nuts. So when we went into the hospital the first time and they discharged us the next day, I went into labor the next day. So I had the baby. My husband wasn't able to drive. It was like 4 in the morning, and I'm like, you have to drive. You have to drive. So we're driving. It's snowing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He had just gotten out of the hospital. But I'm like, legit, and it's happening. We need to go now. So I'm like, I don't care. I mean, hopefully we won't crash, but you have to drive. You can't drive. So we have the baby. A couple weeks later, we go in for the MRI. Shows the thing, shows the tumor. He's put on anti-seizure meds, of course. Was feeling great the whole time still. Then we scheduled the surgery for April 11th. So he had a full craniotomy, a right resection, and they took out about, as the doctor says, about this much.
Jeez.
Yeah. He was in the hospital for 4 days and was discharged, and he's been doing awesome. There was no deficits. But about 3 weeks ago, he had another seizure. So that was kind of a bummer. We have our next, we're just following up and making sure nothing's regrowing or anything. And he did have some IDH1 positive cells in his path report. So we got to keep an eye on those because those are precancerous cells. So we're just staying on top of it, but he feels great. We feel great. And we just kind of go day by day. But a breaking point in my business was when I was in the ICU with him. So for those 4 days, I went, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm due to go back to work soon. Wait, how am I going to, I have a baby at home that my family is caring for that's newborn. How am I going to do this? Oh my gosh. So I said, because I'm crazy, I said, okay, you are going to rank up to Senior Ruby while you're in the hospital doing this with him. And I did. So I jumped a whole rank in a month, Ruby to Senior Ruby. And I'm very real. So I know everybody says, stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. It's really hard to be consistent and post on Facebook how great you're feeling when your life is literally not good at the moment and you're scared and people know that your husband just had brain surgery. It's just not me. I'm going to write, I'm scared, but we'll do this. I'm going to be for real. So I said, I can't, it just didn't feel right for me to do that for that whole month after his recovery as well. So what I did was I just poured into my team every single day. So I made threads, I made little teeny groups, I used the voice messenger, I talked to them, I pushed them to rank, which ultimately helped me rank. So when I got to Senior Ruby, then my push was to get to Emerald by July 31st to take him on the trip, to gift him the trip. It wasn't about the car, it was not about the rank, it was seriously to get him to Hawaii with my baby, for everything that he's been through. However, so I did that. I busted my butt, I will tell you, but it was worth it. I said, just give me a month. I was in this office for a month straight, running reports, learning Excel, anything that could be, that could make things easier to run numbers. You have to know your numbers. And I said, give me a month. And he did. He helped out a ton. And we did. But on the third leg of the flight, getting there, I started breaking out in hives. It's like a joke, I know. So we are thinking it's a nut allergy. But yeah, I was completely covered head to toe in hives the whole time. Besides I think I met you, Cindy, it was like either the first day we were there or the second in the pool. Yeah. So you didn't really get to see my skin, but it was so bad.
Yeah.
So
I saw pictures.
It was so bad. I'm still dealing with it now, but I think it's a nut. And as a bodybuilder, like, we eat nuts all the time. Peanut butter, almond butter, everything has every dish we put like nuts in it. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But the other night I had nuts and I was like, my lips were like this big. So I'm thinking it's that. But anyways, he obviously enjoyed himself because I'm getting pictures from other like ambassadors. They're like, here, I met your husband, taking pictures. He's a chatty Cappy too. So it was great. He got to network and it was really great. And now my goal is just to continue to keep moving. I have an amazing team. I took the advice to go real wide, and I think that's great advice. Yes, you'll do a little more work because you'll have to train personally more people. But when you go wide, it allows you, first of all, not to have just 3 rubies to go emerald. I only have a couple senior golds. Yeah, I have like 17 silvers. We have a couple golds and then a couple senior golds. So you could do this going wide. And I think the good thing about going wide as well is that if somebody falls off, it's not like, yeah, right? So now you're missing a leg, right? So I think it's a lot more work, if you're personally sponsoring people, but I do it every month. I try to do 3 to 10 every month. When I went emerald, I did 21. I personally sponsored 21. I got 19 white lines back. I did offer an incentive. I love our incentive program in the back office. I just think people like a deal. I like a deal. A lot of people don't like incentives, or like to offer them. I love spoiling my team. I think I asked them, what will you work hard for? And they told me, and we had really great months when I offered an iPad or, an iWatch, so the $50 doesn't work for me, for someone to rank up really hard and try my team, I'm talking about the people that I know, not your teams. For me, that's what worked for us. So most of them are my friends from the fire department and police department here in Chicago. So I seriously have the best team. And then we're under, Celeste, Aaron Zimmerman, and Audrey Parker. I mean, I have amazing uplines too. So that's that.
Yay, that is so awesome. So can you give some of these gold some tips, maybe of even, maybe a little bit of time management, because you are so busy and you have these children and you have your husband and you have these caregivers and all this stuff, and you're still like pouring into your Plexus business. Can you give some tips to them on how to, maybe prioritize or whatever, however you do it? Be awesome.
Yep. I think it's, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? Do you want to go senior gold quick? Sit down, run your numbers, see what you need to do and see what your team needs to do, right? If you have a couple runners on your team, I would definitely talk to them and lock arms with them and say, let's go. This is what I need you to do. Can you do this? Cindy, if you do this, I'm going to do this. We could both rank. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do this by yourself.
It is.
You can, but man, if you recognize and push your team, and I call them Wednesday winks. So just continue to wink at them and give them props. They're going to work, and the best thing that happened to me was, as I continued to rank, I was a prime example to say, look, you know me. You guys know me. I don't know anybody in this business, like really know. You know me, and I could, if I did this, you can do this.
I know.
Yeah. So time management, I do not have set times. However, when the kids go to bed, that is a set time. So from about 8:30 to about midnight is when I do my bulk of my work. I do a lot of work when I'm laying in bed with my messaging. Mm-hmm. I think it's very important to, I'll just side note this, to add friends every day to max out your network, right? Mm-hmm. I talk a lot about a network. If you're a stay-at-home mom or if everything you do is from your house here, what's your network then? Facebook is your network. Utilize it. You're not going to get real far with a couple hundred friends, but you'll start gaining traction with thousands of friends, right? Even if you're friending a lot of Plexus girls. A lot of people say that's bad. That's not bad. Because guess what? When you throw a post out, you're getting a whole pack of girls writing comments on there. And remember, your comments are what bump your post to the top of the feed. Do you ever go on your Facebook and the same people are at the top of your feed? Why? Timmy Yancey's always on the top of my feed. Mm-hmm. A, I love her. Mm-hmm. B, she has engagement on every post she does, right? So she's always at the top. That's what you want. You need people need to see you every day. So even if it's a post or your name up there, they need to see you. So get that post bumped, continually bumped. And you don't use the reply button. The reply button on Facebook was put in place to not jam up the feed. Don't use the reply button. Comment. So if Cindy was to say, Kate, oh my God, that's the cutest picture of the kids, I would comment again. I would tag her, Cindy Franklin, oh my gosh, I know, right? Right? And then you need a third, and bam, you're popped to the top. And then you'll see someone comment again and another comment, and then now that's called traction. Mm-hmm. So I really talk a lot about building your network, right? Build your network, engage with people. So even if it's every week, just say, I'm going to engage with Cindy and Natalie. I don't know, a couple others. Let's say Amy. Those are the ones I'm really going to engage with. A couple days ago, I had been meaning to say to one of my old friends that had a baby. I haven't really been talking with her, but she's on my Facebook and I see her pictures of the new baby and stuff. And it's been months. And I was like, first of all, in the back of my head, she would kill this business. But I really authentically wanted to reach out and wish her well and see how motherhood is going. So I did. And that's all we talked about. And then the Christmas coming up. And then yesterday she signed up.
Oh, nice.
So I'm still learning these things, but if I would have done that when I felt that I should have, so you don't really have to talk Plexus a lot. People are going to buy you. People are going to buy what you have to offer them, the needs that you're going to feed them, to be there for them. Girls like support. Girls like love and groups. It's how it goes, and it's true. Same holds for personal training. They just want to be told that they're doing a good job and have support. And you have that in this business, trust me. As far as time management during the day, I don't do like power hours or anything. That doesn't really work for me. So right now it was, if my husband knows I'm getting on a call, like I'll just be like, getting on, see ya, shut the door.
Yep.
And we can make it work. But I'll be like, all right, can I have 20 minutes? And you can get a lot done in 20 minutes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So I would continue to post. I really don't count my posts. I'm not like a crazy poster, but if I see something I like, I'm posting it.
Mm-hmm.
Live video has been huge. And they are actually pushing you to do live videos, right? Facebook now it has like a little thing that pops up and says, have you gone live yet? Here's how you can do it.
Yeah.
They want you to utilize it. So utilize it.
Yeah.
People want to see you. Mess up. Stumble your words.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay because it's you. Mm-hmm. We're not professionals, So people really do like the live. And I would just continue to grow your numbers on Facebook if it's your main number. And continue to grow. If your numbers drop, that just means you have to get more.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of call it weeding because, if we look at it like a garden and we're planting seeds, and then these weeds pop up that are kind of, maybe they're negative or they're not ready to do this yet. We don't need that. We want positive people that are excited about health. Mm-hmm. So, if we can change the thing of being negative, oh my gosh, they dropped off or they quit, to, oh, okay, maybe that's not their time. I got to weed them out and start focusing on these people. It really, that's life-changing for our business. And the other thing you said was awesome. I loved was in network marketing, it's a lonely business. It really is a lonely business. Because you are doing it yourself. You are setting your own hours. You are motivating yourself. You are there working by yourself in your room. It's lonely. So I love what you were saying about networking and having that support, and we have it. And if you're feeling down and you start pulling away and you start getting out of your group chats and talking and stay away and don't answer people's questions and stuff like that, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, right?
Yes, and I think, everyone says, read books, right? Read a book. Mm-hmm. Go find a book, okay? There are some that I don't like that other people love for self-development. Here it is. This will change your day in a matter of seconds. This is John Maxwell. It's the Daily Reader. Nobody really talks about this book. It's 365 Days of Insight to Development for Leadership. It's this little teeny book, you guys. Oh my God. You'll read one sentence and you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm good.
We need that. We need that.
So I have stacks of books too. And I have a couple John Maxwell books that I'm like, But then I picked up this one. I was like, yes, this speaks to me. So you have to find what speaks to you. Not every book that everybody else reads is going to work for you, but
I agree.
This one is another one. You're a badass. I love this book.
Oh, yeah. Everybody on my team loves that book.
Okay. Well, why? Because it's about woman empowerment. Mm-hmm. That's why. It's hard for women to talk about making money and being empowered and doing your thing. Mm-hmm. That's why. Yeah. That's why that book speaks to us.
Yep. That's like Girl Boss. Have you read that one yet?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I got, what was that? I just ordered the one you recommended, the on. Oh,
yes. Unforgiven or something. I didn't recommend that one.
Oh, somebody did on. Yeah.
Girl Code.
Girl Code. I'll write that sucker down.
You will love that book. That book.
It's just like the way other people think. It's like, yes, that's great. Like I just saw a thread and someone said, and it was another team. I have a sideline, which I highly recommend getting a sideline girl, a partner, because they just think totally different than you, and it's awesome. Mm-hmm. And a girl from her team wrote on there, let's see who can get the first 100 no's.
Mm-hmm.
Because getting a no, I think, is harder than a yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat back and said, well, that's kind of negative. But then I went, that's brilliant. Because if you're trying to get 100 no's, do you know how many people you're sharing with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I know the book, Go for No, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of stinks to get a no. It really stinks to get crickets. It's like, really? You can't just say no? No, thank you. No, thank you right now. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's hard for people to be brutally honest and just say, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No. But what a brilliant thing, right?
Yeah.
To push your team to screenshot no's.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're messaging. I did a little contest yesterday, or the day before and yesterday, and we have almost 200 screenshots of messages. So I said for every message, I'm going to raffle off a couple shirts, cute Christmas shirts. And I was blown away because that shows that people are doing the work and they are messaging. And another thing is what you say, people might not be grabbing to. So that's you can work on that.
Mm-hmm.
You can work on all these things. But if you're not doing anything and it's not working, then you can't really work on it. If you're doing things and it's not working, we could work on that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe try another route, learning your color. That was huge at Jewel training for me.
Yes.
And learning like what kind of person you are, the Bryce Myers right test. Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I was the only oddball in the room that was the one. But I'm like a complete red. Mm-hmm. Complete. It is like you're doing it or you're not doing it. And that's not always the case with everybody. So my way isn't always the right way, so I'm really working on my leadership skills as far as that and understanding what my team is and trying to group people of like colors together and working on those strengths. We're always so forced to work on our weaknesses, I think, but what are you good at? Okay, let's educate people on that. Right. So, I'm going to start doing a lot of education stuff now because I think if you could teach people, this is Facebook. I'm talking about like posts about education on body and fitness, how your body works. I think because people are drawn to that and they want to learn. So definitely use your strengths as leverage, I think.
Yes. Love that. Well, we're out of time, darn it. I could keep going and going for hours.
Yes.
I love this. And maybe we'll have you back because I'm going to start doing repeating. People are going to start coming back because we've been doing this like a year. I can't believe it.
So awesome.
Yeah. So I'm so thankful for having you and you taking the time to spend with us this morning. It's been such a blessing. I got so much and I love your story. It's so inspiring, to just show us that, life's going to happen. But if we set our mind to something and we decide we're going to do it, it can happen during that lifetime. I mean, I know Steph, like she goes through a lot with her husband. I see you guys need to talk, you two, because you guys have.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Yeah. Our lives are very similar, actually.
You really are. You guys need to talk, the two of you. But thank you everyone for being on this morning. I just love all of you showing that you want to grow and you want education and just be sure and add your teams to this as soon as they turn gold and let them know about this little page. It's kind of cool. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So thank you again, Katie, for being on with us. I hope everyone has a great December. In our mind, we're all going to say, let's do this. This is going to be the best December ever. We are going to give the gift of plexus to everyone we see, right?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody have a great day. Unmute and you can thank her.